Hi there, welcome back. It's Lorna here from MyOhMy Weddings. Wanted to talk to you today about a topic that's really close to my heart and something that really riles me, and it's the ugly truth around planning and booking your gay wedding. Gay wedding, why do we call it a gay wedding? It's just a wedding. It's something that is still developing and changing in our culture. We refer to them as weddings anyway, but we specialise in LGBTQ+ weddings and experiences. We recently conducted a survey of couples that had been married in the last couple of years, all same-sex couples, and noted. I'm going to run through some of those experiences with you today, and then we'll speak towards the end about some top tips and ways that you can try and avoid some of these problem areas and make your wedding planning experience pleasurable without any underlying prejudices. You would think in this day and age that most people are on board with the idea of same-sex marriage, especially as the law changed and now we can use the M word, no longer civil partnerships necessarily, but can be marriages. Same-sex couples can get married, but there are still venues and suppliers that are struggling with this concept. All the couples we interviewed as part of our study stated that they experienced some sort of homophobia and awkwardness during their wedding planning experience. 100%. That's huge, right? Some of the respondees to our survey said that they spoke to venues that had never held a same-sex marriage and never had anybody from the LGBT+ community come to them about an LGBT wedding. That's shocking too, don't you think? And let's not get started on the non-gender neutral booking forms and languages that venues particularly, but suppliers as well, use. Everything is listed husband and wife, or Mr. and Mrs. It's not spouse, it's not client 1 or 2. This is still in 2018, people. Why have we still not got to grips with having gender neutral booking forms? We even had couples saying that they had suppliers and venues cancel on them once they found out that it was a same-sex marriage. We even had one couple talk about how the venue and the suppliers for their cake actually put up the prices because they knew that it was a same-sex marriage. That's atrocious. So what strategies can you use to avoid things like this? Well, you could use a company like ours. We pre-vet all of our suppliers and venues, so we know when we send clients over that they are going to get a warm response, they are going to get gender neutral language, and we're working with these companies to try and promote their openness and their support for the LGBTQ+ community. They're using same-sex couples in their marketing, and they're really making sure that they're not offensive or off-putting in any way, shape or form. How do you personally manage it? Well, although it's not right necessarily, the best way to do it is to make it very clear from the outset who you are as a couple and what your makeup of your relationship is. And that looks something like, you might get in touch with a venue, for example. You might email them and you might say, "Hi, my name's Lorna and my fiancé, with 2 E's, and I would like to come and visit you next Friday and have a look around. We're interested in holding our marriage with you." And towards the end of the email, I might write, "Kindest regards, Lorna and Sarah." So it's unambiguous in any way, shape or form. They know from the outset that we are 2 females looking to marry each other, and they can respond appropriately. It gives their events team a heads up, and they know what they're expecting, and I would expect that they adapt their language appropriately. If they don't, and they still continue to make you feel awkward, or when you arrive there it's a big shock, I would seriously reconsider whether I was having my wedding at their venue. You could also ask your wedding venue or supplier whether they have conducted or been involved in any other same-sex marriages. Have they got photographs? Have they got any references? This should be a big indicator to the venue that you're interested, but also you'd like to know what their experience is around handling the LGBT community and the needs and wishes and wants of our particular couples. If you get sent through a form and it says name of the bride, name of the groom, it's up to you whether you push it back to them and say, please can we have a gender neutral form, or whether you fill your details in but maybe have a chat with your events planner and say, might I suggest that you get a gender neutral form and use that for when you've got LGBTQ plus couples with you. They might really appreciate that tip. We can but ask, and we can but strive for change. It's quite a bold move and it's not for everybody, but if you're feeling like it, let's try and make a difference. Also, it's a top tip that if you have preferred pronouns, it's a good tip to include them. Kindest regards, Alex and Sarah, preferred pronouns, she, her, and she, her. It helps the venue understand what you prefer to be called, what you prefer to be known as, and just clears up any awkwardness and misunderstanding from the outset. Again, it's a shame that we should have to do this, but it does make for smoother sailing further down the line. And again, if you get any pushback from a supplier or a vendor when you spell out your relationship back clearly, then I would seriously consider whether you're going to part with a significant amount of money and do business with them. Thanks for listening, guys. Today's was an awkward topic and it's not nice, but it does need to be talked about. It does need to be aired, and I hope you can use some of those strategies to try and remove that uncomfortable and awkwardness before you even get involved in face-to-face meetings. For more tips and ideas, head over to MyOhMyWeddings.com or MyOhMy Weddings on Facebook and Instagram and get involved in the community. If there are any venues out there who would like tips on how to be more appealing to the community, or you would like us to review your booking procedures and your policy documents, we do offer that service for venues and vendors in the wedding community. Please do get in touch. All the contact details are available on MyOhMyWeddings.com. MyOhMy Weddings also offers training to staff at hotels, venues and big supply chains. We help your staff understand the needs of the LGBTQ plus community and make you more approachable, make you more welcoming, and gives you the first steps towards doing business with the LGBTQ plus community. Please do get in touch if you want any further information.